Hello and welcome, Rahul. You're watching me on my YouTube channel, Outma Talks, and if you're watching me consistently, welcome back to my channel. See, whenever I come in front of you, I have a purpose. I want to instill positivity. I want to create such a experience, you know, that can really fuse some energy in you whenever you want motivation or whenever you want to embark on a journey. Sometimes some people act as a catalyst, and that is what I want to be. If you'll be investing your time in something valuable and listening to me continuously, what will happen? It will transform your ability. You will certainly be able to interpret something better, what is happening in life, and what are the financial terms, how to leverage on skills, and how to improve our skills. So you'll be honing your skills, and that implication will change your life. Because sometimes little motivation can give you way. I'm telling you exactly. Today, I'm going to talk about how not to feel inferior, rather feel every time motivated. Because the motivation which comes from within, that only persists and that only can play a role of perpetual motivation. Otherwise, others may play a role that will be working as a catalyst for ephemeral time, for passing time. That is what is the reality. Outside instilling or invoking action will only work for a few minutes, for a short period of time. But if you bring that motivation into your action, and once you will push yourself forward each and every time, thinking positivity and instilling a character, which can always take you on positive side. So that is what will come in your life and will play a role that you won't even imagine, because little things changes trajectory of your life. Whenever big thing happens in your life, a little decision that you have made in your past, that has created that moment. That is what you have to realize. Otherwise, little bit of despondent attitude, if you become despondent little by little each and every day, you'll feel that you will be engulfed in chaos. And that is why you have to navigate the challenges. You have to keep that jubilant force within you, which will really motivate you each and every time. And that is what you have to navigate each and every time. Whenever you are feeling inferior, see, whenever I'm telling about me, each and every time, I have to do a lot of activities in order to keep myself in this kind of persona, or whatever you say, the reflection that you get in my personality or whatever I speak in front of you. I have to face more than other people. There are certain implications of certain, incapability, you can say that, or some kind of, medications, you can say that. I have to face each and every day something more. Then I come in front of you, struggling with all these emotions, struggling with all these, dopamine activities that is happening in my brain. We have to restrict it, we have to regulate it. So that's what I'm telling you. Each and every time I used to motivate myself, and when I know exactly that until and unless I will not stand for my own self, nobody else is going to stand for me, and that is what is the reality. You know, Many people I have seen, even big people, who are claiming that they are really bigger, and the mass movement has given them a recognition, which I don't even recognize it perfect, because perception can be changed, perception can be manipulated, and that is what we see in matrix reality. Once you'll drive into matrix and its activities, once you'll recognize, once you'll become aware, you'll be able to see the reality. Manipulation happens, subtle manipulation happens even in mass movement, and mass perception can be changed on wrong fabricated data. That is what is happening. So that is what that person is playing such time. That kind of person is playing, always mischievous, always manipulating. So if it happens to bigger personalities, then we are still on embarking on our journey. We just still want to make a living that should be better than hand to mouth, and luxury a little bit that we can afford. That is what we think. But if we have capabilities to transform our own reality, in a massive way, massive luxury, why don't we should attain that? Why don't we have that personality where we should have? Why don't we have that opportunity we should have? And that is what I'm telling you. If you will be moving through, if you will be, taking your step ahead, you know and all the waves that are incoming, you have to navigate, you have to cross, you have to cruise sometime, and then only you'll be able to reach your destination. That is what is the reality. Positive motivation and positive reality will certainly make you further take decisions, and I'm asking you, actions can change your negative attitude. Sometimes people have developed a negative mindset. that this will not happen. Whenever they try to indulge themselves into any activity, or they try to think more, they try to have more perception about that very activity, and they don't take action. So what happens? Their confidence goes lower and lower, and they won't be able to do much more in their life. That is what is the reality. But once they try to shift their paradigm, they try to think that let me get involved, and when they get involved, they try to take actions, they try to execute all the steps, and then their results, if it will be perceptible, most of the time it happens after inertia. Results comes, after break-even point, results comes, and that is what gives them motivation. Then they get breakthrough, then they do consistently, and the consistency really propel them forward, and better results happen in their life. That is what changes their reality. So actions bring results, and its implications reverse. It will boost your confidence, and it will further make you, compel you to take more actions, and more results will flow. That is what is the reality. Sometimes results could be depriving, but your motivations, if it will be, you will be having clarity and visions, you will be able to navigate through different challenges, and you'll be able to see exactly what is happening. At least you'll have an experience what you have executed, and why the results are not being given to you, or whatever is happening in your life. At least you will have an advantage. you know in ethereal realm, many things happen, not only in physical world. Physical world is a part of, it is a subset of a bigger set. That is what we have to recognize. Once we dive into metaphysical reality or spirituality, we see exactly that much more things are in very subtle realms, and the bigger dimensions, the higher dimensions are subtle, and higher dimensions are built in intelligence and subtle reality that we have to perceive. Not only in physical reality. Yeah, physical reality shapes our reality in a much more profound way. That is what is the reality. But subtle dimensions, have more impact on your further improvement, on your growth. A growth and metaphysical reality is also important. It comes with synchronicity. Once your vision will be empowered, once your intuitive ability will work in a perfect way, once you're able to discern everything, and once your confidence will be boosted, your clarity will be boosted, and you will start believing in certain things without going delusional, which will give you conviction about that very result. You may become clairvoyant, but clairvoyant in a way that can perceive the reality from from a different way, not in the way that you envision exactly the things that is happening. Rather, before unfolding, you have an intuition where you're going, and what you should take, what kind of decisions, and you should have conviction and faith about that. Then all it will happen. The prevalent unfolding will unfold in front of you in a different way. That is what is the reality. So I'm asking you, just be positive and try to make yourself a personality who can go further and can change his reality in such a profound way. Whatever activity you want to start, I have given many analogy, whether you want to do a job, whether you want to start a business, if you want to make mammoth money, what kind of business you have to start and how to make it public, and every jargons, that is confounding to you in business terms that I have delineated in many videos, and you have to watch all those previous videos, and you will have a better understanding how to run businesses, how to start your private venture, your private companies, and how to embark on these, entrepreneurs, embarking on these journeys that can change your reality altogether. Being an entrepreneur is not a bad thing. You can be a businessman, you can be an entrepreneur who can make bigger changes in his own life, and that is what will bring positivity to you. Because once the material, money will flow in your account, it will also give you chances to build your character, to build your personality, to build your ethereal presence as well. Because money is a tool that can be used to transform our own characteristic, that can be used to transform our own experience. It is not bad. You should never have negative feelings about money, negative perceptions about money. Rather, you should view that money is a friend. Money is the biggest friend that can assist you in your further journey. That is what is the reality. Thank you for listening to me.